And hello, YouTube, and welcome back to another episode of The Zone TV Movie Entertainment with me, your host, Jonathan, once again bringing you my thoughts and review for tonight's episode of DC's The Flash, Season 8, Episode 15. So, pretty interesting episode here tonight. Nothing super special, but it does give us kind of an indication of where the rest of the season will go from here, especially since last week's episode was pretty hard to a hard pill to swallow. So let's begin. So last week's episode, the ending, especially due to the fact that it was basically an episode of them saying goodbye to Frost. Caitlin wanted to bring back Frost, so we got that issue. That started, the episode where Caitlin starts working the data and seeing if she can get Frost back. Boyfriend at first does not like that. He storms off. So, he's not sure he can get the woman he loves back. So, okay. Then we find out later on that Barry now has to look for Iris again. And Iris has the Still Force sickness, as we call it, or I call it that. So she's sick, but she kind of like Thanos snapped out of existence. Not out of existence, more like she kind of like pops up out of nowhere in, like, I guess different pasts or time. She's somewhere in the Steel Force, somewhere trapped in there. And even Dion, I believe, he got the sickness too. He's trying to figure out how to help. Gets Barry to pretty much go into the Steel Force to try to track down Iris. That way, he ended up finding that girl who can go through Walls' mother. She wasn't there, glitching out of existence. So there's that. We got to see a lot of that. Nora returned, so that was kind of cool seeing Nora come back. And then there's somebody in the real world taking Chester's gadget technology files and using it for their own personal gain. Why? No idea. But that seemed interesting. He felt guilty a little bit, seeing that his technology was used for evil. So he felt a little guilty about that, but he thinks he has a way to secure the files moving forward. Unfortunately, doesn't work. At the end of the episode, we do see somebody downloading some files. Whoever that was, no idea. Interesting though, but yeah. But this episode really focused on Barry, literally in the Steel Force. Also, Dion betrayed him. I don't think he did it purposely. I do believe he did it kind of like, oh yeah, the sickness is making me go crazy, so I have no idea how to control it. Kind of, betray. So he pretty much got Barry trapped in there. Barry had to figure out a way to use the Steel Force power that he has inside himself. Because remember, he created the Steel Force, which is basically an artificial version of the Speed Force, since the Speed Force is no longer existing. And that's why he got so much stronger and faster. And yeah, that was basically the gist of the episode. It was basically him trying to find Iris. No luck finding Iris. I do believe she's not going to be a part of the next 2 episodes. I did hear a rumor about that she won't come back in towards the last couple episodes left of the season, so who knows. But no Iris, so that's kind of a shame. And of course, the ending also shows us Caitlin's going to be working with the boyfriend of Killer Frost to try to bring her sister back. Now, my last previous video, I did say that maybe she'll bring Frost back, but something might happen where Frost goes bad again. That's one of the possibilities. I also said that it could be a possibility that Caitlin becomes Killer Frost again. But, it's her as Killer Frost, but she ends up bringing back the Deathstorm guy, and he tries to transform her into a monster or something to be his bride for next season, maybe. Perhaps. I don't know. If Daniela Panabaker comes back for next season, even though we're only going to get 13 episodes of next season, which would be 9, so it'll be the last season. Anyway, overall episode, I thought it was okay. It wasn't the greatest, strongest episode. I do prefer last week's episode better. Just seeing the team, how they dealt with the fact that, they lost a teammate, and how they're gonna coexist without her and deal with the fact that they gotta deal with, bad guys and still dealing with grief at the same time. I still liked that episode more. Also, this episode didn't really have a villain to fight. It was just Barry just trying to figure out things in the Steel Force. Although the Steel Force stuff was cool, but nothing too exciting happened in that episode. But yeah, now we're gonna have to wait to see what happens next week. Apparently next week something happens to him where he gets older, so that's interesting. But we have to wait to see what happens. So leave a comment below. Let me know what you guys thought about tonight's episode of The Flash. Did you guys liked it? Not liked it? Leave a comment below. Let me know. As always, thank you very much and have a good day.